Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you the strongest build on Cho'Gath right now at a 72% win rate, and that is to rush Jack-Show. Jack-Show first item, super strong, super tanky, lots of ability haste. You might say, well, why not go for Heartsteel? The thing is, there's way too much percent base damage in League of Legends, and that's why Jack-Show has the higher win rate on Cho'Gath, because you get a bunch of armor, magic resist, you steal their HP based on your HP. Very spicy item. They'll push for Jack-Show into Sunfire. Then against their team, definitely Force of Nature. We have Hella Blades with Cheap Shot, Eyeball Ultimate, Celerity Water Walking, Attack Speed, AP, and Health. I've done AP Cho'Gath guides before, but I haven't done a Tank Cho'Gath for the season of 13. So figured I'd update you with his strongest mythic. You can go for Heartsteel. The biggest issue with Heartsteel is it just doesn't really do anything. Like until the mid late game where you're having 5-man fights where you can get lots of Heartsteels, it just doesn't do anything. So not a huge fan of it right now at the moment on really any champion. I think it's been over nerfed is the main thing. I think they could definitely bring back some stats to it. Now, it's certainly not trolling or unviable on Cho. It's just not as good as Jack-Show at the moment. Do we need to hit this with one more auto? I really don't want to. Oh, we gotta. Let's go ahead and get our Q on it. Can our jungle pet... Oh, yeah, jungle pet jumps and starts AoE hitting it. Nice. Whenever you hit something, like a monster, your jungle pet will attack twice. Before, like, if you stop attacking, you'll get 2 hits off from the jungle pet. So there we can get him proc from a distance. We're ready to gank. I told them what my plan was. Just gonna 3 camp into red. And they kind of see me coming here. Get with the Silence Knockup. Boom. Phalios. Ooh, I got first blood. I mean, it's kind of worth, but not really. I'm gonna pop potions. Zin's pushing into my jungle. Got that. Got that. Kind of need to finish pushing this. So Zin is in my jungle right now, or he's just kind of about to gank top. Looks like he did 3 camps into my top side. I don't know if he took all of his camps or what. Zillion didn't get down his exhaust. Oh, he did 3 camp off his red. Cool. Auto into E. They don't seem like they're rotating for me. That's the good news. Should have kept my smite. Didn't really think about that. Burned it on minion to try to finish pushing the wave. You don't even get full XP from monsters. Or from minions pre 14-minute mark. We can heal back. First item back, you can go Boots Darksil or just go Boots straight into Jack-Show. I think getting an early Darksil is best if you're having some good gank tempo. Zillion needs to exhaust. We definitely win this. She's silencing the Q, so she can't flash my Q if she has it. We get the slow under her. Auto into Q. Beautiful. Cho'Gath ganks are so nasty. If you can come up behind against the mobile laners, like a Kaisa Senna, it's beautiful. So beautiful, dude. Their lane has 3 deads already, 4-minute mark. Ping out the Zen. He does have pickaxe. We'll ping that out. Pick up boots. Darksil. And honestly, I'll go Lucids. Lucids have a lot of merit on Cho'Gath. You get to spam your armor. He's also an ability-based champion, so having your abilities up with a big chunk of CDR. So, for example, 30 ability haste is 23% lower cooldowns. It's going to help our clears. Generally, you want to max your... That's tough. I think Q is actually best at the moment. You can go E or Q. It's a tough call. The farther back you go, the Q max was worse, but a while ago, I forget when they did it. It was a while ago, though. They made his Q a very, very, very short cooldown at level 1. Because it doesn't get any lower per level. Only the damage goes up. Your W, the damage goes up. The cooldown gets lower. The silence duration increases. So, at first glance, you would think, oh, just max the W second or whatever. But no, the Q's so short, dude. You can hit the Q 2 or 3 times instead and have it buffed up to where it's hard to really justify anything else because your E is always going to be on a long cooldown. Even if my E is maxed, in the early game, I can just get down way more Qs. ping that out. Only gank for your bot. Kind of around the 5-minute mark if they have a control word, because those supports will always have a word. I don't know if this is worded or not. Oh, it is. Zilly needs to speed up. I missed. I need to get a word down right here. Just smash it. Drag. We have prio. We take drag here. Oh, stupid ward. That's gonna slow us down a bit. I don't really want to take it if my teammates aren't gonna rotate. I don't like this play anymore. It doesn't make sense because that control word messed it up. And Xin Zhao's there, so it's like, what are we actually gonna do? I wish we could pull red buff into this back bush. It doesn't let you pull it as far as it used to be able to, though. Go ahead and smite since I have 2 charges. If Zen comes, I'll just have to give the red buff anyways. He's got Conquer. We're playing more of a gank build. Gank farm build, not really a soloist build. Cho'Gath isn't much of a soloist against enemy junglers, whether it's Warwick, Lee Sin, Xin Zhao, Elise. Probably not going to win that solo matchup unless you're at a massive advantage, which we're absolutely not. Yeah, pushing the wave does nothing though. People get lost in it where they're like, oh, I gotta push. Oh, I gotta push. Oh, I gotta push. When it's like, no, you push and then you go get the objective. There's no reason to push if you're not going to roam off for the dragon. Your equal CS, you're crashing your wave into their turret. They farm it. There's just nothing gained out of it. Xin Zhao is top. It's kind of hypnotic though. Like, you know, when you're driving, you get kind of sleepy sometimes. It's very hypnotic and mundane. Farming is like that. Oftentimes, it really looks like people push themselves into a state of hypnosis. Really late level 6. Chemtech Drag seems to do way more damage the lower on health you are, or the lower on health it is. It ramps up massively. There it is. R does a little over 1k true damage. It's minions monsters. Can't gank bot because they're perma pushing. You gotta farm it up instead. We try to do something topside. I've been trying to avoid Camille. Champions that have built-in dashes, they're hard to gank for Cho because you got to be able to close distance slow with your E, silence Q. Ideally, if you have the choice. It's kind of like you're gonna sand prime then top coat. That's what it is. Versus just doing a all-in-one paint primer, no sanding or anything. Sometimes you just gotta go in raw with a Q if you can't reach. Then they may flash it, dash it, juke it. He did take my blue again. It's kind of annoying. It's either that or the timer's just really far off right now. He needs to chip away some health off the Camille. I'm in a really forward position here. We get the knockup flash. I actually epic failed there. She's running away with like not even really having like boots. True damage cuts through her shield. Camille only gets magic resist shields or magic blocking shields or physical damage blocking shields. They don't stop true damage though. That's why Olaf can be an awkward matchup if Camille doesn't play it right. There are true damage we slice right through. Kind of wasted my flash. You can go ghost. That would have been fine. I love me some AP Cho'Gath, but that's not what this video is about. In fact, my team's way too backline heavy to play AP Cho'Gath. It wouldn't make sense. All we have to do is stand up, block, 1 GP barrel kills their team, or if Felio 0 kills their team. All we have to do is stand there and not die. Or a glorified bag of meat. Gotta take some hits, some cleavers. And perma pushing, like why? I want to gank, but I can't because you're perma pushed. They're so easy to gank too, Senna Kaisa. He's going back to pushing. Roam, Zill, bot, no gank, pushed. Like, how do we gank that? It doesn't make sense. The failures, he's not up at a CS advantage. It's not like, oh, he's denying him CS and he's being aggressive under turret. No, he's getting nothing out of it. We can't bot. We get them a lead and they're just perma pushing. All right, here we go. For a 3-second window, he doesn't have it perma pushed. I think we can make this work. Tier 2 boots versus no boots. No boots. Kaisa. We get the Q knock up. She's slowed out. Oh. Ooh. Alright, that actually turned out really well. That GPR was slick. And that's how easy it is to gank when your teammates don't have them perma pushed. Now, if your teammates have them pushed and low HP, that's different because we can dive. We can just walk up, get as close as we want, and use our abilities. But if they have them underneath turret with full HP, and they're not building a CS advantage, HP advantage, there's absolutely no point, especially if they're not going to roam. The concept of pushing gives you options, but the inherent baked-in option of continuously pushing to push to push to push to push, there's nothing good comes from that. It's all risk, no reward. The reward of the push itself is, like I said, the tree of options that come along with it. The priority, as you'll hear people refer to it, talk about their lanes having priority. It means which lane can get there sooner and with more impact. Max our E second, W less. So they get bot turret, so they're roaming mid. That's good. Pop that. Stack up our R as much as possible. Generally want to use your R every single time it's up to stack it. We've been having such good ganks, though I haven't felt the need to really do that at all. Don't hit the plant. Okay, good, he didn't hit it. They should step up, you would think. Alright, they just lose drag. They don't want to step up to ward or contest. We'll take it. Jin Zhao has Gore Drinker. I'm not even a full item. Did I spend my gold? Did I forget to spend my gold? Why am I not a full item yet? I guess I didn't buy boots or even tier 2 boots. There we go. Get her with our Q. It's a knock up into an... Oof, couldn't get it. Oof. Whoa, my Q missed just barely. It looked like it was right on top of her head. I need to spend my gold. This game's wrapping up super fast. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Alright, we smite her, we run. Get a knock up, auto W. I evaporated. I didn't get the Zillar. But Zillion does get the double bomb, so that's good. Taking pretty much all magic damage. I don't know if Syndra flashed, but she caught up right as I was going into R and I couldn't connect. Now it's time for Sunfire. Cheap item, lots of damage. It does more damage the more HP you have. So as the first item rush, it's good only because it's cheap. It is very cheap. If it was a 3,000 or a 3,200 gold item, you never see people first rush this item as junglers, as tank junglers, but since it is so cheap, you can first rush it, but it's also still good as a second or third since it gets more damage the more bonus HP you do have. Cho'Gath gets a lot of bonus to HP through his R. I kind of want this. If I had Jaxo there, we'd probably live. We were sitting on too much unspent gold. She only has tier 1 boots. I don't think she gets away here. Well, if she doesn't step up, I guess. I thought she was going to keep going. Auto EW. She's silenced. I missed my Q knockup. A little bit tragic. She's slowed into Q. Silenced. Beautiful Zillion bombs. Perfect. Zillion's such an OP character. I don't think there's a single support that can do more than him. The value of a single slow on him or a single speed up or an AoE stun or his R, like everything he has, the impact potential is outrageous. I'm gonna walk up. I'm not even gonna use my E's and auto reset. I'm just gonna walk her down with Hella Blades on, smack her down with my E's. Yeah, it's time to reset. I'll stay for Raptors. I want the big one. I want it all. So Phelios is down CS. He shouldn't have been perma pushing. It's the perma pushing that did him in. Get with the slow and the silence and the Q and the R. There we go. If they're slowed and they're silenced, it doesn't matter how good they are. You should be able to land your Q. Or if they're silenced and they don't have boots, you should be able to land your Q even if you don't slow them first. We're gonna chill on Dark Sill. We can always upgrade it into a Mej once we're tanky enough, and we're at 10 stack. 10 stack Mej pays for itself. The item is extremely cost effective at 10 stack. I honestly think with the movement speed, 10 stack Mej is realistically a 2k gold item, and it only costs like a combined total of 1600. Holding on to the Dark Sill as a jungler, it's almost guaranteed you're gonna accumulate stacks as long as you're not doing crazy plays. Try to silence him, he runs back. Got him with my slow. There's the knockup. Silence into R, there we go. We're at 8 stacks. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Dragon's up in 30. Play around that. Dragon's the only win condition. Regardless of what your comp is, if you're not getting the dragons, you got a slim chance of winning. At least in solo queue. Dragons are incredibly overtuned. And they will be, no matter how much they nerf them. You want to know why? Shutdown gold. No matter how well you play, if you play impeccably well for 99% of the game and you have one slip up and die, you give them 1,000 gold off one death, all of your gains and your lead is completely diminished because there's catch-up XP already, so if they're under-leveled, they'll catch up quickly. And you make one mistake after choking them hard, and all of a sudden they're just as fed as you are, even though their score doesn't look too hot. There's another stack. Running down with the jungle item, slow and silence. She dodged the silence with her jump. Step in the bush, go fast. Smite him into E. Down he goes. Zillion OP. Cho'Gath does do best if you have some kind of speed up champion on your team, such as a Lulu, Yumi, Zillion, Karma, or support that takes Sharias in general. If you don't have that, then your team needs to have other aspects, like maybe over the top engage like a Leona Malphite, or outrageous backline like a Jinx or Wrath. You have to have something that's over the top for Cho'Gath to blend in with it. This is what I find. I think that's it. Psych. I kind of thought they were giving up on Fountain. We can go for Baron here. We don't need to stick around. They're kind of chasing us. Ooh, GP barrel missed. Got the Q knock up in the silence. She still gets the jump away though. My R doesn't go off. That was a good Zillion R though. I almost died. Should just take Baron. We don't need to end here. We already have the constant inhib pressure. There's no reason to even be here. Notice how I'm not pinging my teammates, I'm pinging the enemies. They're more likely to mute you if you're pinging them directly. Can't say it enough. They take it as a personal attack. Even though you're essentially conveying the same thing. It's just that little nuance of pinging the enemy. They understand there's danger versus you pinging them. They feel like you're yelling at them. Me and Zillion both get blue buff. I think the way it works is, I thought it was just when you were level 11. But I think it's just when you finish your jungle item, which for most characters, most junglers will be around level 11. Did I even get a stack from that? I wasn't keeping track because at least now I'm peaked at six full stacks off of non-champions or epic monsters. I think I might have already been peaked before I did that. Got the bush speed up. Knock up. These guys get stunned out. Get the cube behind him. I'm very tanky. Very, very tanky. Jack Show makes you so much tankier than Heartsteel. There's too much percent base damage in League. It's the bottom line. Oh, she gets the jump away. Down she go. Oh, Zill's gonna have to arm me if she hops that. Drag is coming up. We don't have to Baron. We can play for soul. I'm not gonna get too much value out of Win Soul, at least on the active part, but the constant 15% bonus movement speed never hurt anybody. That's good for any champ in the game. That was Win Soul's biggest issue, closer to its inception. Once they gave it constant 15% movement speed regardless of in or out of combat, in addition to, that's when it became the best soul in the game, the strongest soul consistently. Because when you think about it, drag soul, the amount of damage it gives is less damage, like collectively amongst the 5 of you, less damage than like a full build AD carry auto. It's just not that important. But the Win Soul itself, think about it. There's so many characters who need to stay on top of your AD carry, your mage to kill them, and with the Win Soul they just can't. So the delta is so much bigger on Win than any other drag. And you're gonna say, oh, what about Ocean Drag? Well, the thing about Ocean Drag is they can build Hill Cut. Like if you're already self-healers and you're gonna go Vistage, and Vistage is a shit item right now, but if you were, they were gonna build a Hill Cut anyways. Oh, I'm gonna die. Save me, Zillion. Oh. Alright, I barely got out of there. Zillion R'd me a little bit early. Just because I have so much HP, even though when my HP looks like I'm close to death, I may still have 800. But, probably better me live than Aphelios. Yeah, he's down so much CS right now, holy crap. He did a good job taking the ganks though, like him and Zill followed up really well on my ganks. I'm dead. And that's it, they quit. We'll take it. Fun game, man. Tank Cho'Gath, still super solid. If you can find a comp that makes sense, some kind of speed up on your team. Let's look at the graphs. Looking at damage ultimate champions, we did have the most in the game. Little surprised by that. Damage taken, most in the game. Self-mitigated, most in the game. That is really what you're looking for maximum carry potential. If you can find a champion that works for you, a build that works for you, a strategy that works for you, where you can take the most damage, self-mitigate the most, and deal the most, that's perfect. Because not every champion can even do that. You'll never be able to play Evelynn, and even in 1% of your games, do all three. It just doesn't work that way. So very, very pleased with that. For Ruins High Value, if you guys enjoyed this Cho'Gath video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is King Sticks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.